Okay, Ka Shalom Akim, Ka Halalim La Yahaba Hashim Yashab Hashim Rakhapadash. I'm double honest to the great Muslim apostles as well. Thought they Yahshab for giving me the strength in order to make this video. And pretty much this is just brothers get on this topic every now and then, but really it's just to set up the order for order's sake, man, because we do need the reminders every now and then as well. Women and their positions, and of course our positions under Yahushua, and of course in the grand scheme of things, how things are supposed to be in order in a righteous state, which are things to expect in the kingdom of Yahushua. So really, when brothers get into this topic as well, it's for also the awareness of how things are also going to be set up in the kingdom of heaven. So, it's to warm up your minds for that time to come, man. Which really in Jacob's trouble, we're going to get into those precepts right now in this lesson. It's then going to be a reflector of that. It's going to be, let's get into the precepts. But as the lesson goes, man, it says, it goes something along the lines that I'm going to name it. A woman shall compass a man is only temporary. And the reason why I named it that as well is to also, for brothers to keep in mind that, just because women walk around nowadays, prideful, them being in the, well, really, it's really just pride. That's like a word to describe it, in this day and age, being able to do certain things of which would then lead to the downfall of a man, which really, that downfall then goes into, what's that scripture where the Moses said in the scriptures about a sinful, a wicked woman is given unto a sinner, something like that. So really, it's probably it's the Moses doing it. That's the point. So that's one perspective there. But really, also, really, it's just the summary that the woman has more power over the man in this lesson, man. So let me just read that precept, and I'll go on about explaining it too. But that's the key point. So Jeremiah 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So really, that just means a woman is going to be in a higher state of power than the man. And the only reason that is the case in this society right now is because of Esau's system, man. Really, the Most High allowed Esau, in order to fulfill this prophecy, to give the woman the power, man, which also contributes to the curses as well of the woman, not really being submissive unto her own husband, man. So that's part of it too. But ultimately, for the fulfillment of prophecy, that's why women are in that prideful state, in that position of authority. Hence why, when you see these YouTube shorts or YouTube videos on men getting divorced as well, and all sorts of incidents of what women have done, onto them, taking the children, going somewhere else, the man's properties being taken because of the woman, calling the police and whatnot. Brothers upload videos every now and then as well. Really often, at least probably in 1 or 2, 3 days, you're gonna see at least another video based upon women, man. Doing wickedness upon either her husband, which really, whoever she's dealing with, that's supposed to be her husband. But realistically, the first one she's dealt with, that's supposed to be her husband. But you know how this society is, man. Yeah, it's just confusion and wickedness. That's why. That's what's mixed up in this society. Hence why trying to get things straight is a hard thing, man. So yeah, a woman shall compass a man. So as I said, man, evidence of that is the divorces. Majority of men, it's a high proportion of men of whom are paying child support for the women when the woman files divorce, man. And it's a very low percentage of women that are paying child support for the men if they take the child, for instance, in a court case, for example, man. So yeah, and in terms of order, as I mentioned in this video, let me get another precept too. Because nowadays, brothers can be walking down in the street. I know the way it's really just pride, man. That's why, when the Apostle Gabar, I think, made a video some time ago, or a few weeks ago, he mentioned that the great humbling is coming, man. It has to come because, you know, as the scriptures say, pride cometh before the fall. You know, roughly phrasing that one, you know, or before destruction. And you know, in that time to come in Jacob's trouble, where there's going to be no economy, you know, Esau's businesses are just going to be, you know, them apocalyptic movies, man. That's how society is going to look like right now. Your paper cash ain't going to do nothing. The numbers in your bank account, that's worthless anyways. It's literally what it is. A number in your bank account. It ain't true riches, it ain't true wealth. It's just numbers in your bank account at the end of the day. If the blackout happens as well, which, you know, soon come, Yahweh Shem Yasharatazah, that's going to happen soon enough. Well, obviously, it's according to the Most High's will. That's going to wipe out everything, man. And that's going to be the beginning of the humbling, because they're going to be like, oh no, all those numbers that you got, you know, in your bank account, that's worthless now. Then it will come to the point where it's like, okay, you know, when the men of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are going to be pilgrims upon the earth, you know, let's say if they then come across a woman, then the thing, it will be like, you know, brothers are going to be thinking, okay, what value can he then provide for me? You know, for me to also basically allow you to follow me wherever I'm going to. Because really, you know, brothers aren't going to be tolerating nonsense in the time to come, man. You know, any type of disobedience, some form of trouble or disagreement, it's like, alright, you go your own way. I got my path with Yahweh Shai, man. That's the one to focus on. Which is really enduring to the end, man, you know, as being pilgrims upon the earth during the time of Jacob's trouble. So, of course, these women, they're not going to be a trouble unto us in that time. It's basically two things. You humble yourself and you listen to me, or you go your own way and then you're going to have to face a missile in the time to come. Simple. And, of course, even if the women don't believe that, it's still going to happen nevertheless anyways, man, because we ultimately know the end of Esau's kingdom, which, you know, the nuclear missiles in Joel 2, which are going to hit America, and of course certain major cities in the around the world as well. But of course, America's the main focus, man. So in that time to come, famine, you already know that's going to come through. So let me actually get I was going to get something, another precept. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. Because, you know, because, you know, sometimes we just got to remind ourselves of the state that we're supposed to be in as men, you know. As the Most High said to Job, gird up thy loins as a man, which gird up thy loins is like getting into a ready battle position as a man, you know, of authority. The man is supposed to have authority over the woman, which, let me get the precept. So, this is the order that it's supposed to be, you know, since the beginning of time. It's supposed to be like this, you know, in terms of, let me read it. So, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is the Most High Yahweh. So that's the order. You have Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, you got the Israelite man, then you got the Israelite woman. And, you know, you got all the rest down there, which is Israelite woman, then you got the children, obviously, then you got all the rest. The reason why I say you got all the rest after the children, because we know that the heathens are spittle. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 56, you know, in the Apocrypha. Another one in I think either Isaiah 40 or 14, about the heathen nations as a drop that fallen from a bucket. So of course, you know, that's the way the Most High perceives them. So it's the same way we got to perceive them as that, because that's the factual truth, man. The Most High is going to humble these heathen nations as well. But sticking back to the topic though, that's the order that's supposed to be. The man is over the woman. And of course, brothers got to be reminded of that, because at times you can't just be tolerating, you know, the disrespect from these women in the time of Jacob. So really, if they even have the pride, the confidence enough to start disrespecting brothers, man, brothers already know what to do, because the spirit will be on them to basically say, all right, go away, because we already know your end is going to be near, man. Even from that point when the brother says go away, judgment could happen instantly like that. So, you know, I remember spiritual power is coming as well, man. So that humbling, that home is gonna be real, man. It's gonna be real. It's gonna hit hard. So, because we're living in this society, day by day, as brothers, come and gather, during the camp sessions, and then, when you go back to work and school, whatever position that you're in, you start to realize, certain, how can I say this? Certain behaviors, from women as well. It's the loud ones, celebrating birthdays and whatnot in the restaurant sometimes, whenever you may be. All you need to do is really just look at their appearance alone. You already know that, they're going off anyways, man. They got demons on them. That's why you gotta have that spiritual discernment too. And that's another reason why, the apostles, the brothers do make those videos as well, man. For the younger brothers that are coming in, as myself as well. But let's say the newcomers as well that do come in, so that they're aware of the state of mind that they're supposed to have as a man, man. As a man. Having that authority, knowing who you are in the eyes of the Most High, knowing your position of order, in comparison, in terms of state of authority, man, which as I read in 1 Corinthians 11 verse 13, hold up, 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3, actually, let me just double check, actually, 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3, about the fact that it's the Most High, then Yahushua, then the Israelite man, then the Israelite woman, and of course you got the children and the rest. So that's the state of authority, and that's why the videos are being put out there, man. And that's just really to let brothers know, man, especially the new ones, that's what's to come, man. The women are gonna have to be humble, because the state that they're in right now, having fun and indulging themselves in all sorts of wickedness as well, defiling themselves too. That's all gonna end, man. In the really beginning with Jacob's trouble, Esau's system collapsing as well. That's something as well. Let me actually get that as well, because the Most High is gonna humble Esau, and once his system is then down and out, the women aren't gonna have no choice but to then come back to come back. Really, through the Spirit, come back to the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, and of course the defiled ones. They're gonna have to go their own way, man. As I said, brothers aren't gonna be tolerating nonsense, man, in that time. Hold on, let me get this. Brothers just gotta get reminded, man. Sometimes you may be quite lowly, think lowly of yourself, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to be disrespected by a woman. Like, come on, you have to know your state and position in a grand scheme of things as well. The Most High said in Psalms 82 verse 6, "Ye are gods, but ye shall die as men." We just have to suffer that death as men, temporarily. Which really, our deaths cannot be in vain if we then die under Yahushua, for Yahushua's sake, man. As he said, some of you shall be cast into prison. And from prison, some of us may die from prison as well, get cast into the guillotine, That's going to be a time to actually behold as well, man. A time where, brothers are going to be casted into prison and then just die. Which really, we know in the Spirit we're going to see them anyways, of course, for those who endure to the end. So at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. Yaratazar, we'll all meet up in the chariots, then it's joy from there, man. But going back to the point, let me get this scripture. So I keep going on and off to different points, but Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So Isaiah 4 verse 1, "And in that day several women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Reproach referring to shame, man. So of course the women are gonna want to be your possession, man, because they know that if they're under men of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, then they're also under the protection of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, which really it comes through those men. For any woman who departs from that man, that servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, she would no longer be protected, and she would just be as a random vessel that would just be judgment, facing their judgment. So that's the way it's going to be, man. When it says 7 women shall take hold of one man, 7 represents completion, which will mean any amount of women in that time to come, of which the Most High has willed for you to receive in that time, man. Wherever you may be, it could be in a time where it's like you just got spiritual power. It could be before spiritual power. It could be in shortly after prison. Let's say if that prison system is a done-out case or the Most High broke you out of it with an angel. So all sorts of scenarios, man. It depends. Whatever the Most High gives you, in order to really possess, because you're going to take them into the kingdom of Yahushua. That's really when the 7 women then comes through. It starts Jacob's trouble and it's going to continue into the kingdom. So really to possess them, then, that's the Most High's will. That's ultimately what the scriptures are saying in Isaiah 4 verse 1. So again, speaking of that protection as well, let me get something else that links to it. Because a man, a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, is then going to be that protection for the women. And as I said before, any woman that then departs from that, wants to, show some disobedience or pride over the man, tries to take advantage of him. Brothers are going to be sensitive to the spirit, man, in those times to come. It's like, if this says bullshit, they're going to be like, no, forget you. But yeah, man, so let me get this. Hold on. Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So imagine that one part I wanted to bring out as well was it says as rivers of water in a dry place. When your throat is dry, you haven't had water in for some hours, or it may even be a day if you're fasting, or in that time to come it will be involuntary anyways. Let's say you haven't had water for a few days. That's the way a man would be. A man would be like a fountain, man. A river. It says rivers of water. So in that time to come, women are going to want to quench that thirst, man. So of course, that's really representative of the security of which the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are going to provide these women in the time to come. Because that's when they're actually going to be in their feminine state and want to actually listen to you. So, brothers got to prepare their minds for that, man. But yeah, all this, pride, celebration of birthdays, the restaurants, being a bad bitch, queen and slay, and all these terms, man, modern day terms of which the young women use. Because I'm 20 years old, I already know, what the terms that they use, the lingo. But yeah, brothers still know the lingo. But all these terms, man, they're gonna get thrown out of the bin. Well, they're gonna get thrown out of the way. Salakia, they're gonna get thrown out of the way. And of course, in that time to come, they're going to humble themselves and they're going to listen. The ones of which, the demons are like, okay, the demons have already departed from them. Because right now, they got demons because the Esau's system is still up. In the time to come, the demons are going to forget about them and be like, okay, cool, job done, man. Job done, you're out for yourself. As well as Yahweh Hashem Yahshua's will for you to then find a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, in the time of Jacob's trouble. Because, these videos that we're producing right now, we're going to keep producing them up to the point of Jacob's trouble where we're not even going to be able to produce no more. Because, as I said, some of us are going to be cast into prison. Some of us might be on the run, as pilgrims upon the earth. Because of the fact that Esau might he will put a bounty on certain brothers' heads, man. Imagine seeing yourself on BBC News. I know I've mentioned this some time ago in the video. Imagine seeing yourself on BBC News then. It's gonna be a very interesting time though, because we're also gonna see miracles happen too. Hence why we've got to keep our faith up and go keep praying to Yahweh Yahushua for that protection too. So, you know, we gotta keep our faith up, man. And anyways, the point of this video is really just to remind brothers of the state of mind that we're supposed to be in. And brutal honesty is really, for any woman that may watch this video, you know, if there be sisters as well that may come across this video, then they'll have some sort of understanding of this anyways, because the brothers always push out, man, you know, the role of a woman, which is really to help the man to be as a servant. And in fact, that reminds me of the next point. So let me get Genesis chapter 3 or Genesis chapter 2. You know, woman is supposed to be a help unto the man. That's what she was created for. That's her ultimate purpose. So all these women, you know, focusing on their careers, trying to get a success in life, you still won't feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You will not be fulfilled. So, I'm telling you right now, raw truth, man. Yeah, obviously, you know, for the single ones of you lot, Esau system, you still gotta deal with it. And you know, certain sisters have their situations. I understand, you know, can't just be completely right all the time. But this is when prayer to the Most High, you know, to provide you with that man, with a man in the time to come, is going to be essential for you women, man. So of course, you women need to start praying for that. Because at the same time, the Most High could just be like, alright, just push you out the way. You don't matter anymore. And the Most High is cold like that, man. That's why, you know, certain man, you know, if a servant isn't being as fruitful, which means producing videos, going outside to the camp, and, you know, actually actively studying, and of course the Most High will eventually be like, alright, push you to the corner, and, you know, you do your thing until judgment happens. You know, you have a ticking time bomb, innit? Hooked up on your spirit. So, and that's the way it works, man. You know, the Most High could just take out the truth, put a ticking time bomb, and then yeah, you're gonna get judged at a certain day and time, however strict that judgment may be. So yeah, let me get back to the point. So Genesis 2. Wait. Okay, come on. So this is Genesis 2 verse 18. And the Lord Yahweh said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. So the point is that help meet was Eve, man, which really shows her ultimate purpose, to help the man. And that's really it, man. In the time to come, you know, if brother says that you ain't going to be much of a help, then it's like, alright, go your own way. We'll see what happens. And the brothers are going to be cold in that time, man. It's going to be cold. It's not like this time where it's like, alright, you know, you women think you got a choice. You know, if a man then approaches you and it's like, I don't want to be with him. You know, you think so highly of yourselves, but this is your ultimate purpose, which is really to serve the man. And I'm just reading from the scriptures, by the way. That's the word of the Most High. You know, it's one of those situations where it's like, don't shoot the messenger. But this is how we think as well. If the Most High says it, that's what we agree with. So, let's see this. Because there's too much pride in Esau's kingdom, man, which really, the Most High gave Esau the power, you know, to make the prophecy of Jeremiah 31, verse, what is it again? Jeremiah 31, verse 1. Jeremiah 31, verse 22, about a woman shall compass a man. So it's all the Most High is ordaining, but there's a timer on that, where it's like, as soon as Esau's kingdom, his economy starts to collapse and everything, the buildings are looking wretched, all of that stuff, you know, as I said, apocalyptic type scenario. When that time comes, humbling is already going to happen. In fact, it's already happening little by little, you know, with the inflation coming up, you know, rent prices increases as well in different countries, you know, Babylon getting affected by that, you know, UK as well with the energy prices, you know, all that stuff too, man. The humbling is just going to be increasing. And for the ones who got demons on them, you know, even two-thirds are going to use women in that time as well. And I'm not talking about sexual pleasure here. Well, in order to trap other men as well. That's the thing. So they're going to be as possessions in that time, man. Which really, that goes into the scriptures as well, that, you know, a man is supposed to, a woman is as a possession for the man, you know, for the man to possess. Which obviously for certain women, that's just going to go over their heads, you know, until reality kicks in. So, I was going to get something though. Oh yeah, I read Genesis 3 verse, is it 22 or something? That's Genesis 2 verse 18, about a woman being a hell. And another thing, let me get the root word of woman, you know, from etymology online. You know, you can see it right there. A woman means female servant, man. I think the root word is from with or withman. You can see it right there. Hopefully it's the right way around, because for me it's a bit weird when I'm showing it to the camera. But I'll read it out. So it says from etym online, which means etym short for etymology. Etymology online. Etym online. So it says adult female human, you know, late old English women, women, plural women. So WIMMEN. Literally woman, man, alteration of withman, plural with men, which means woman or female servant, which also mainly the key part, it says female servant. And you know that's true because the scriptures say in Genesis 2 verse 18 that Eve, you know, the Most High said he will create a help for Adam. And that ultimately shows you the purpose of the woman, which is really to serve the man. You know, the etymology shows it right there, and the scriptures prove it as well, which is the Most High's word right there. So, you know, brothers got to remember their positions, man. They're supposed to rule over, they're supposed to guide, be the leader over the woman. So that's ultimately what it's supposed to be. The state, the righteous state. You know, as I said before, Yahweh's at the top. You got Yahushai, you got the Israelite man, then you got the woman, and you got the Israelite children, then onwards with the other nations, as I said, the rest. Which again, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 66, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 56, there are spittle, which means a piece of spit, saliva. So, you know, that's the state of a woman right now. And let's see another one. Let's see another one. So it says Genesis 3 verse 16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So of course, that makes it plain, man. The man, the husband, is supposed to rule over his wife, which is the woman. That is point proven, man. The man's supposed to have leadership over the woman. Can't get about it, man. So of course, really, you know, in this society, women have that power because of Esau's kingdom is still standing somewhat, but it's crumbling, you know. It's crumbling. As I said, the economy is a strong indicator of that. But this is really just like a warning for the future, man. That Esau's kingdom, better not get prideful with it, man. Or else you're going to be destroyed just as Esau's going to be destroyed. Which, let me get something to wrap it up as well. Alright, let me get something. Something in Jeremiah. A woman shall compass a man is only a temporary season. And that's why it's also hard to find, you know, women who you could probably deal with. Because at the end of the day, you know, they got demons because of the society that they live in, influences them and how they act. You know, you got people like, what's her name? You know, the main song musicians or artists, whatever they call themselves. You know, like, you know, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, or, you know, them type of women who, you know, give that queen bitch type mindset, man, that corrupts the young women, man. You know, those type of people, in that's why, you know, the world, Esau's kingdom right now has a negative influence on the Israelite women specifically. You know, obviously women in general, but on the Israelite women specifically. Hence why they think the way they think, they get prideful, they try to argue with the man, which we argue with the man. You're not supposed to do that, because it means that, you know, you're not in how can I say this? You're not in that rightful state that you're supposed to be in. That's the thing. It means you probably got demons on you. Because I've been bringing out scriptures, man. You know, Genesis 3 verse 16, talking about the fact that that desire shall be unto the husband. If you have desire unto the husband, why would you be arguing with the husband? It don't make any sense. Something you desire, you're gonna make sure that thing feels good, man. Like that thing, you know, that thing you treat it properly with respect, which women lack nowadays. In a general sense, obviously, I'm not saying that all women are basically wicked, but you have the few, you have the few, but you know they're going to be protected by the Most High in the time to come, which we, you know, they got to keep praying for that. You know, they meet a man in the time to come, and yeah. So, let me bring out this last precept, then, you know, I'll wrap it up. As I said, it's linked to Esau's kingdom, innit? So, she's pretty much, when I say she, I'm talking about, you know, the Israelite woman. She's reflecting Esau's pride as well. And I'm going to read this. I'm going to read 2 verses. So Jeremiah 49, verse 16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down, and thence saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. And that's Esau's destined end. That's Esau's destined end. So, if the Israelite woman, you know, wants to follow Esau to do his wickedness, then she will also follow Esau to also fall and get destroyed as well in desolation. And desolation means emptiness, and a high level of emptiness and destruction. That's what it is. You see, that's the lack of wisdom as well, man. That's the lack of wisdom which these Israelite women are also showing. Majority of them are 2/3 anyways. But that shows you right there, man. In fact, what? Hold on. You know, if the spirit leads in something, you know, so you gotta get it, man. Let's see. Let's see. Because as I said, you know, if something is destined to fall, why do you then follow it? That's really the point. That's really the point. Because Esau's kingdom is gonna Edomites, they're gonna fall. They're gonna be in that state of desolation, and then you know, 2/3, you know, the Israelite woman wants to follow, and that's when it's gonna click in their minds like, oh, you know, that click in their minds as well is also the demon, like, alright, your vessel's already done away with anyway, so I'm done doing my purpose. I'm off to the next one during Jacob's trouble. So yeah, let's see. And also that shows you that she needs a guide anyways, man. Because if the Israelite woman really had wisdom, she would know not to follow Esau either. That's simply it, man. If I can't get it, then... Because I was going to search for that scripture, you know, about the Most High's removed wisdom from the Israelite woman. Let me see. No. So, okay. Yeah, alright. And just load it up. So this is Job 39. Damn. Hold on. So this is Job 39, verse 17. Because the Most High hath just deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. And really, it's true, because her behavior, the typical general Israelite woman that you see every day, her behavior, her way of life is reflective of this scripture right here, man, that she doesn't have any wisdom. The Most High has removed any wisdom from her. That's the thing. And he says, neither hath he imparted to her any understanding. The debate is to just get in your mind that if you follow Esau Edom, and Esau Edom is going to fall, why would he then follow something that's destined to fall? That makes no sense. Which means she doesn't have any understanding. But yeah, as I said, as Apostle Gabar said, man, that great humbling is going to come. And, brothers just got to keep going, keep enduring, keep doing the works. And eventually they're all going to get humble. They're going to get in their rightful positions. That's the point. Of course, whoever woman may come across this video in the future, they either, if they understand, which if it's over the Most High's will, then there may be a sister of which may be saved. Or if they don't understand, trying to be like a typical rebellious woman, loud and clamorous, then of course they'll be offended by this video, which means they lack understanding and they lack wisdom, because they don't want to face the facts of the scriptures, which is the basis of all wisdom, the words of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So, that's the video right there. And really, their emotions don't matter, man. It's the scriptures, the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai that matters the most. So really, brothers don't care about, your emotions, because they don't affect anything. The point is, the Most High affects everything. And his words are priority over everything else. So, I end off there. Yahweh Hashem Shai Ratazar, for whomever the video is for, which is really, whoever the Most High sends to watch this video. So if you're watching this video, Yahweh Ratazar, which means Yahweh willing in the ancient Hebrew, that you understood the scriptures. I mean, you understood the lesson today, and you just gotta keep enduring whatever afflictions that you may have to suffer through. And in the time of Jacob's trouble, just gotta prepare your mind, man. Certain things are gonna happen, miracles, having to suffer in prison. Some brothers will die, and obviously that prophecy of 7 women to 1 man, which is a precept I got out earlier on in this video. So I'll just leave it at that. Shalom. And Kal Halal Imna Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Bashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the great Muslim apostles. And Shalom meaning peace, as a way of greeting as well. Kal Halal Imla meaning all praises to. Yahweh is the ancient Hebrew name of the Most High, meaning he is, he exists, or he is to be. And Ba Hashem means in the name. And what else? Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the deliverer, he delivers, which is the deliverer of Israel only. And yeah, Haracha Kodash means spirit holy. So Racha means spirit, and Kodash means holy. So it means Holy Spirit. So yeah, Shalom, and Yahweh Ratazar, you understood the lesson.